uninvited. I mean, the house I paid for with my money.
Finally, we get actress, film producer, and media personality. She's joined us on the show here today. Precious Diane Yashim, who is popularly known as Diane Russet. She's come into the limelight since after Big Brother. You guys know her. And it is, I mean, it's fantastic to have her here.
Yes, wow.
You look beautiful in person, too. I know I'm blushing. Leave me.
What's going on here? Calm down. Do we need to power down Mazino right now?
You're so beautiful in person as
Thank
well.
you so much. Thank you.
It's fantastic. That's great.
Thank you.
All right, great stuff. Maz, you want to go?
No, yeah, well, thank you very
done.
much.
Okay.
Hey, first of all, I'm glad that you're here with us.
Thank
I'm
you
just going to
for
ask you
having me.
questions about your experience at Big Brother, because I've always wanted to know how come a conservative girl from Kaduna was able to do the whole Big Brother thing, and I don't know if anything came from off of that, as in manner of backlash from family or the conservative nature of your growing up and all of that. I promise that's the only question from Big Brother I'm going to ask you.
Okay, thank you. I didn't get backlash from my family. You get me? So my family are very understanding people, and they always knew I wanted to go for Big Brother, so I didn't get backlash from them. And I don't think it was as much as I imagined it to be, when I was going to the house. So for a conservative person, I think I struggled with it for the first few weeks. Is it weeks?
Yes, because you were in there for a while. And after that,
so it was more like I was, trying to understand people. But it's fun. To be honest, being in Big Brother house is just fun. You get to meet different people from different backgrounds, different upbringings, and then, just learn to cohabit with people. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Okay, now let's talk about your movies. I mean, you are a filmmaker now.
Yes.
You're doing big in the industry. Well, so I'd like to ask, your journey into the movie industry, was that pre-planned? Was that something that you knew you were going to do moving into the Big Brother house, or something that you just stumbled into after the Big Brother show?
Honestly, I think I didn't know this was what I was going to do coming out from Big Brother house. I just knew that I wanted to tell stories, and I always feel like I get to express myself more when it comes to my movies. So I get to say what's going on in my head, and I get to pass a message for anything that I feel that is built up in me, and I feel like people are not talking about it. So that's what my movie is all about. There's always going to be something that people will talk about and pick up from there. You get it? So that's it for me. It's just for people to learn lessons in it, but entertaining people at the same time.
You're still talking about your stories. Have you had any personal experiences?
Personal experience, no. But I know people who have such experience.
Okay.
So when I put some of these things, it's based off of maybe sometimes gist from people, or even stories you read, or something that, it could be your environment, it could be anything, to be honest, where inspiration could come up from, and then the storyline will just, add up all together. But I haven't had a personal experience but I've seen, because I come from the north, there's this my movie, Bayi, which I love so much.
Yeah.
I feel like that's my best project. For me, that's
you're pushing that on plenty.
yeah. So for me, that is my personal favorite project of all times, because I grew up in the north, and I got to see a lot of young girls get married at early age. And vaginal fistula is something that is really common in young girls, but a lot of people do not know it, and people do not talk about it. So that was an avenue for me to actually tell that story and showcase how people really say, oh, this is 21st century, you cannot be how would they be still getting married to young kids, 13, 16? But it happens. It's very, very, it's very present in our society. So for me, that was, me saying, okay, this is it, this is what's happening. And I got a lot of reviews from it, and people at least are watching, and people know that this is happening. So for me, yeah, I'm happy about it.
So Therapist by Storm and Recording. I mean, these are many projects that have gone into in the past, well, how long now? And I'm wondering, the little nuance of trying to tell a story or attending to social issues, is that a choice for you, as in this is what I'm going to do when it comes to the communication I want the movies or series that I'm featuring in to do? Is that something that you're passionate about, always telling or attending to a social, maybe injustice or issue?
Definitely. I feel like in life we all have our purpose, you get it? and when you find it, then you leave it. For me, it's my purpose, like for me to be able to touch certain issues, and I enjoy doing it, to be honest. And most times it's always like challenging for me to always want to know why this is happening. You get me? So sometimes I question myself, I'm like, why is this happening? And then I look at it in different ways of how this will happen, and I'm like, okay, why can't I even make this into a story? So that's it for me. So
let's talk about the movie Recording. Quite interesting story, I must say, because, I mean, talking about an issue, or it's not an issue, I would say, but homosexuality is a delicate matter in this climate.
Almost
a lot of
taboo.
people, exactly, people really do not like to talk about it, and you showcased it in your movie. What were you thinking, with the process for the movie? And most of all, did you expect a backlash?
Oh yeah, I think we all did expect like a backlash, because I remember when we told the story to our director, and he was like, he's not sure he wants to film this, like Nigerians will judge and blah blah blah. So it was like more like when we were having our table reading and trying to go through the thought process, everybody were like, just only him was against it, but the rest of us were like, we think he's good, and it's something that's very present in our society. And for us, we just wanted to show, now, Recording for me is showing the different forms of love. People just say, I love you, and it's the fancies, the beautiful things, but where they say in marriage, for better, for worse, even in relationships, it's for better, for worse. Do you get it? I'm not saying for worse in the sense of domestic violence, please leave. But in the sense of where you see somebody that you love, you get to see all forms of them, everything. Would you still stay? Do you understand? So it was more like questioning people. And if you can see from Adesoye's story, this is somebody, she shot her shot. I mean, she went to his car, and then,
she approached him.
So
she practically asked him out.
And this is like woke generation, want to say, okay, a lady can walk up to a guy and tell him I love you or I like you.
With that, it's okay.
Yeah, so you don't have a problem. You wouldn't. But sometimes, you just get to show you the other side of when you do that, you might get in trouble. So all along, he's hiding under a cover. Do you get it? So now we seeing her decision to go ahead with the marriage, and everybody's questioning, are you okay? But do they understand that this person actually loves her fiance, because this person she has known all her life, you get me, and she wants to, like, they literally plan to spend the rest of their life together. So for me, that was it. And because it's very present in our society, where you see marriages being broken because at the end of the day, you find out that okay, this person wasn't the person he portrayed himself to be. And sometimes if you had a conversation with your person, do you know if the person is open to that idea? I mean, just saying because I don't know, because instead of avoid, like, this will help to avoid certain broken marriages.
Okay.
All right. As an actor, did you go through any training whatsoever?
No, I haven't, not yet.
You make a fine, good actor. I mean, that is so natural.
Thank you. Thank you.
She's so good.
Let's talk about your projects in the coming year quickly.
Okay.
Let's talk about projects, like your film projects. Okay,
so I have somebody contacted me to produce their comedy series, and I'm coming up with the story and also, producing it. So yeah, that's one project. Then Recording season 2, shooting it this year too, and introducing new things also for Russet TV. So yeah, definitely there will be different shows and so many things coming up on Russet TV.
All right, looking forward to that.
Thank you.
All right, it's been such a pleasure speaking with you. For now, you just see a few of her work, and then by the time we come back, she'll be in the kitchen with Mary.
Ooh.